And welcome back to Dad. Did we just break America?
I'm Skylar, your resident Gen Z doom scroller.
And I'm Corey, your cynical Gen Xer.
So, Dad, I feel like we talk about the media in like passing. We kind of talked about them
Is
more.
there really a media?
I don't know.
What is the media? Can we start there?
I guess yeah. I think I,
See, so it's not an easy question.
no, I think that for most people, they would have an easy answer. But if you think about it a lot and you pay attention to what's going on with the media, it forces you, I guess, to come to the realization that there's a notion, and I don't even know if that's the right word, but there's a notion
Good word notion.
that we have of what the media is or what the media is supposed to be. And then there's a completely different reality.
Okay, well, so
You think?
the whole dichotomy of our podcast is the different generations, right? So when I was your age,
Yeah,
when I was a young warthog, when I was your age,
so weird.
I'm sorry, I know, so random.
I'm listening.
When I was your age, the media was print media, obviously. It used to be a big thing to, be a newspaper reporter. It was respected, a respected, profession.
Yeah.
Um, there was supposedly supposed to report the news. And then there was television media. And then as we came into our teens and 20s, there was cable news, CNN, which started way back when, thanks to Mr. Ted Turner. Um, and that was, cable news network, which was more, shall I say, on the fringe or was willing to take chances that other media wasn't. And then there were magazines and periodicals and that kind of thing. But now, today, in your generation, or, where we are today, there is news media, regular TV, then there's streaming media, then there's internet media, then there's disinformation like everything that's on Instagram and TikTok.
But
Although most of the people your age think that everything's on TikTok is reality.
no, but I
Oh,
think,
no, 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 true.
no, but
Yes.
yeah, but there's a dichotomy. And number one, TikTok and Instagram are different.
How are they different?
'Cause there's a lot of, like, things and, like, lies that, like, are regarded as truth on TikTok that, like, aren't commonplace on Instagram. For example, TikTok is probably the most anti-Semitic platform or the most allowing of anti-Semitism on their platform. I see more openly vile anti-Semitic behavior on TikTok and, like, modern day blood libel on TikTok than I see anywhere else. So, no, I don't think
Wow,
they're
those
the
are big
same.
terms.
People say some really crazy crap on TikTok that, like, they don't say anywhere else.
So that would get moderated off in like Facebook or Instagram is what you're saying.
Probably.
Okay. But do people your age or millennials, do they actually get their news on TikTok or Instagram?
Um, Probably
Would
some
you
of
say?
them. Some of them. I mean, I think Instagram more than TikTok.
But there's no real news on there.
No, but it's like an updating feed.
Now, what about X, Twitter?
I think Twitter is actually a really X, whatever you want to call it, is a good place to get information if you're looking into that information. And like
But is that
you're
information true?
that's what I'm saying. If you're looking into that information, it's the same thing as reading a headline and passing by it.
Now, here's an interesting concept for you. Do you think, or, okay, wait, well, I think I probably know what you think, but do you think that most people your age believe what they hear on television or streaming news or the internet?
For the most part, I think people have been taught to trust these organizations and institutions. We grew up with them and you could trust them. Like my generation is kind of in like, or not my generation, but my specific age group within my generation is in a kind of like weird middle ground where like we kind of had some normalcy when we were kind of younger. And so those things and those institutions and those things like being like institutions of like and like journalism and like journalistic integrity in this country being something that you could trust
Right.
was kind of something that like our older siblings or our parents kind of like ingrained into us, and it was something that was around when we were around. It was something I was aware of. So, I'm old enough to remember.
That must make me really old.
Yeah, and
For
you're
sure.
sure. You're kind of in that weird middle ground. And what do you do with that? If you can't trust the institutions that we've all been taught that we're supposed to trust in, then who do you trust?
Well,
No?
by sheer design,
Yeah.
the news or reporting is a flawed concept. So at the Rabatsky Institute, we write articles, right? That's obviously our point of view.
Yeah, it's an opinion site.
Well, I guess for lack of a better term.
Most of the things that I
And we're
write, this
here
is my
doing
opinion, take it or leave it.
and we're doing a podcast, and this is our opinion. We're not reporting. Now, news articles or news reporting was supposed to report
The news.
and give a well-balanced version of what the topic is.
Or how about these are the facts?
Well, but that's a sticky issue, right?
No, I'm sorry. No, it's not.
It is.
Okay, but like
No, but it
but
is.
we've made it into a sticky issue.
No, but it is.
But we've made it into a sticky issue. The truth is the truth. Is the truth is the truth is the truth. We don't get to have our own truths.
Well, I think a lot of people would disagree with that.
I know and they're wrong
How are they wrong?
because that's a psychological.
No, see, what's happened was black and white fact. Okay, it's raining, it's sunny,
Yeah.
has gone to an interpretation of, well, maybe it's raining or sunny.
Yes, and then take it to its nth degree.
Correct.
But those are again, there's a difference between me writing something again and saying, "This is my opinion, take it or leave it." Read it if you want
Well,
to.
and that's why when we grew up, there was a reporting article in a
Yeah.
newspaper, and there was an op-ed.
That's why
An op-ed was an opinion.
they're not saying this is my opinion, you're saying this is what's going on.
But isn't what's going on really somebody's opinion? Because, see, thought process is all based upon perception,
I don't know that we need to go down like this psychological.
but that's what sells it.
Yeah, but I don't know the answers to those questions.
I thought you knew everything.
I don't know why you always say that. I'm not the one who claims to know everything.
There can only be one of us, guy.
And that's you.
Exactly.
I'm just perpetually online.
Well, you're a doom scroller.
Right. So I don't claim to know everything. I just claim to be well informed.
But are you well informed? Or
Yes.
are you informed based upon what you want to see and hear?
No, I'm actually well informed.
So you read both sides of an issue.
Not only do I read both sides of an issue, I put myself in places where I am the minority or my thoughts are the minority because I never want to wake up one day and say, I live in a bubble with my own thoughts.
Okay.
And I think I only have
But I don't think that okay, and that's admirable and commendable.
admirable.
Admirable. Admirable. Admirable. Admirable.
Admirable. It's going to drive me up a wall if you do.
Admirable.
That's disgusting.
Okay, I purposely did it just so you could get annoyed.
He didn't do it on purpose.
Yes, I did. Now, but do you think that most people your age or a little bit older, let's say in their 30s,
No.
I didn't finish the question.
know
You're
what
not
you're
supposed to
gonna
answer the
ask.
question until I finish it.
But I know what you're going to ask. No.
No, what?
People feel really comfortable in their, why can't I think of the word?
Their own perception of what's going on?
No, there's a word for it.
Bubble?
No, that's the word I use.
Universe?
No.
I think most of you are in your own universe, and I want to know when you're going to come to ours. But I think that your generation and the generation before, and maybe a generation before that, have all gotten used to being spoon-fed information because the biggest problem with streaming and social media and all this different information is there's too much information,
Yeah.
right? It's the same way that you could look on social media and it'll give you that a person was seen doing this and a person was seen doing that, and they were in another country at the same time. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure. So yeah.
For sure, for sure.
No, I read things that people write on like X, for example, and I'm like, we can't be inhabiting the same planet at the same time. We can't
There's, by the way, you're right, is a good source of,
information if you
I think it's a good source of current events.
yeah, because
Only,
what
but really, it's only a good source of current events because they carry everything.
yes, but I
There's
also
not one thing you can't find there,
yeah, but I also really yeah. I
but it's all opinion.
yeah, but I like when people share links or like it allows me to go do like a deep dive and like find out where I stand on an issue, but
So
it
now, if
informs
we
me
take
to
what
things that I
goes on,
wouldn't have seen on my news feed.
if we take what we see on X or what we could find on X, right? And sometimes thank God for X because X does publish the good, the bad, and the ugly.
I also think like a good cool new thing about X, I don't know how recent it is, but it's like more recent, is that like if you're like on X premium, if you like pay for premium, which I don't know why you're looking at me at that like that.
I was just about to say, if you pay for premium, we have a problem. But
No, but you could write like little articles on X.
really,
And it's like really cool because it's like a fast way to like share things with people.
so, but again, at the end of the day,
He's
the,
about to start paying for X premium.
the what?
Sorry, that was a personal moment. You're just really good at that, yeah.
so,
What's his name?
but Woody Woodpecker,
Yes! What is he from?
a cartoon.
Oh, yeah.
But
I just know him from the rap.
that's not important right now. So, but the news that you could see on the internet, or if you turn on the evening news, what is that even anymore?
I don't think it exists.
And then we could focus on the,
See, I'll watch like an opinion program if I know it's an opinion program, but I don't want you to lie to like cosplay as like
oh, but
sharing the
you
news.
see, I don't know when I was younger. And I'm going to say I don't know.
Okay.
And you're going to hear it first, everybody. I'm saying I don't know something.
Well,
Do you want to jot down this date and time?
I'll remember it.
Okay.
Trust.
Spoken like a true woman. What I was saying is, I don't know whether I didn't pay attention to it when I was younger or I was indoctrinated because I grew up in a certain household with a certain bunch of people. Was the news when I was younger more liberal minded my whole life and I didn't notice it because that's just how the news was?
You mean has it always been this way?
There you go. That's the question I'm asking. Call them out when you know.
I think it's been this way a lot longer than we probably realize. I think it's probably like a gradual thing. You can't just like start acting like a lunatic on the first date, you know? Get to know a girl first.
And then act like a lunatic?
Well, like before you share like your weird like quirks, you know?
Which is supposed to come out over time.
Right.
But because everybody has it, I mean, everybody.
No, but that's my point. You don't just like act like a crazy person.
But I'm just trying to ask though.
I think yeah, I think
So I think,
probably.
but I think that the ability to discern what's live, what's true, and when I say what's live, those of you who are older, is it live or is it Memorex? Yeah, okay. You're just giving me that
Yeah,
blank stare, like, yo, bro, like what?
can't help you with that one.
Okay. And that takes everybody back. But I look at the news now and say, where are they getting this information from? And is that the real information? And what information is it? Which I could fast forward to another topic that's kind of near and dear to me, because to me, entertainment is so different today.
Yeah.
And
Enjoyable.
the news is entertaining now.
It's hysterical
So
in a disturbing way.
right. It's absolutely absurd in a lot of ways. And take as an example, and this is not a news show, but take as an example and I'd like to do somewhat of a segment in this episode. We just had the Academy Awards.
Yeah, I didn't watch, so you'll share with us.
I really can't do it anymore. I'm 55 and I've been watching the Academy Awards. I mean, my mother used to make us watch the Academy Awards when we were young kids. And I got to tell you, I can't do it anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I'm way ahead of you. I'm way younger than you. I can't handle it.
No one wants to hear the political and socioeconomic views of a bunch of overpaid
Brats.
people in a vacuum.
Yeah.
So last night's presentation of the Academy Awards,
He's so upset.
no, it was a decent program which people tune into to be entertained.
Yeah.
That's why people go to the movies
Yeah, it's not that deep.
to be entertained. And I don't understand and don't give me this whole liberal, the celebrities need to do their part thing.
I'd rather that they didn't.
All of these people get paid millions of dollars to act, not even doing anything. They just act, and it is doing something, but to entertain people and play characters.
Yeah, that's why we tune in.
Right.
I don't wanna know what you think about
And the
politics.
reason
I
why
don't care.
entertainment is so good or such a necessary part of society is why.
'Cause we need an escape.
There you go.
I'm saying I'm
Oh, no, I had my finger on my nose. You got it. Everybody needs to escape their own reality.
and
So
we can't.
we want to escape it for a little while.
Well, we can't anymore. They won't let us.
Well, that's your generation's fault. Look at all the apps. Look at all the news stories. I
I
can't
I
I
think
can't
it's
doom scroll without getting
No,
for-
I think it's deeper than that. I think it's my generation's fault or the generation above mine or like the age group within the generation above mine's fault because we decided that everybody had to be a social justice warrior and everybody had to comment on everything. And I'm guilty of it too. Now, if you comment on everything and you've declared yourself a social justice warrior, but you don't care when a bunch of little Jewish kids were almost killed, I have a problem.
What are you talking about? The synagogues?
I'm saying, but if you've declared yourself a social justice warrior, you speak out about every injustice in the Western and Eastern world, and that doesn't bother you. You need more context. You're not right up on that issue. I have a problem, but we've created this cycle, and it's vicious.
So what's the answer, doom scroller?
There isn't one. We're stuck.
But it's only getting worse.
Well, because I think people are showing what they really care about more blatantly now.
Well,
You're not a social justice warrior if
no, we're all just voyeurs. Yeah, we are. We all like to watch the accident.
Yes, but it's like
That's
deeper
why
than
when you're driving, everybody slows
No,
down when there's an
I
accident.
understand what you're saying. I think
On the other side, it has nothing to do with them. They're watching the accident on the other side of the highway. So I'm just asking, though, where is the end? Because you could look on any website and then look on another website and you can get conflicting information.
Where does it end? I don't know.
Because the nth degree of it is really bad.
I think you're seeing it right now. It feels as
No,
though
I think it can get worse.
No, I understand, but it's starting to feel like it has spiraled out of control.
And by the way, I have to say that President Trump
Yes.
is a great pronunciator of it also.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter what you say. It just matters that you say it 1,000 times and then people start to believe it.
Yes. But on the other side, he was the first one to really publicly take the media on and say, like, you're lying.
Yeah, but but nobody cares that anybody's lying.
No, but he was the first one to really make it a glaringly obvious thing. Like, you hate me so much that you won't even show my crowd sizes.
Well, and I don't want to get lost in that.
It's a point. It's
to the top of your head.
my God, get a new joke. But
Get a new joke?
I hate that one, and I asked you not to do it because it's so stupid.
Why is it stupid?
You
This is the difference in the generations. My father used to tell that joke. So, I mean, you got to give credit where credit's due.
He was
We all turn into our
hysterical.
parents.
Yeah, every day when I'm, like, minorly inconvenienced, I open my mouth and my dad falls out. But I think it's spiraling out of control.
So who are the people who decide like what article to post
What do you mean?
or what to call an article? Who's
Like, who
who?
writes the headline?
Yeah, who writes a headline at like
CNN? I don't know.
yeah. Let's take CNN as an example.
I don't I don't know,
Is
but
there
they
like a
should be
group of people?
psychologically
No. Is
evaluated.
it a group of people who do that,
No,
or is
I
it
don't
one person?
know,
Like who is it?
Dad. I don't know.
Because I mean I have looked at CNN's financials before, but there's no line item. Obviously they don't explain who works there and how they and what they get paid to do.
Mhm.
But I don't know. I don't think I've
They're
ever.
getting paid nicely for
I
what?
know. I
Not
don't think I've
sure.
ever seen a job like article title coordinator.
No. I don't know. I don't know. But
And you know what gets me too? Like when there's a crisis, okay, or something's happened. There's a shooting. There's
that's where I'm going.
the war, whatever the story is. Who decides what to call things and put the big title on the screen and the moniker, and they make
You mean
all
on the
these
chyron?
the who?
Like the chyron, like the thing under?
It's called the Chiron?
Yeah.
Oh, gee, I learned something new.
Like the thing under that's like
Well, and there's always a ticker that's going across and telling everybody what's going on. I don't know if anybody reads that either. And there's an interesting story. An interesting story. I'm sorry, not a story, but an interesting concept here. Now, you read a lot because you doom scroll
yeah.
and you like to read and you like to write. Your generation and the generation above you, does anybody read anything?
But that's my point. People don't read stories. They
So,
read the
because
headline.
I find that people who are really, and no disrespect to all of you,
Oh,
which I guess, yeah, which means I'm about to disrespect you.
no
So,
offense,
no,
but you suck.
no, I didn't say that.
No, but that's what I hear in my head every time somebody says no offense. Like just offend me. We don't need the
But I'm
pleasantries.
saying, you know how many times a week I hear from people who are younger than me, like they didn't understand something
Okay.
and all they had to do was read it?
Like a second time, yeah. Or a
No,
first.
maybe the first time.
Yeah.
And I think that's all because of text communication and, you know, dive into my DMs and I am me, and all this different happy stuff that you all haven't learned how to really communicate. And reading comprehension must be something of complete past.
Yes. I don't think that's taught anymore.
Well, I know it's taught, it's in the curriculum,
I don't know what the
but
curriculum.
you guys you don't have, like, okay, when I was maybe not your age, younger.
I'd hope you weren't first learning reading comprehension when you were my age, but
No, but we learn something new every day, doom scroller. So I'm saying that when I was in my teenage years, there were cell phones, but there were cell phones for people who could afford them.
okay, yeah.
Now, I forgot how old you were when you asked me how old I was when I got my first cell phone.
I
And
recall this conversation. I don't know if it was as important to me as it seemingly was to you, but
I'm going somewhere with the story. Could you
okay.
follow
I'm
along?
listening. I'm listening.
I think the listeners want to hear.
I'm sure they do.
Well, how do you know that they do? In any event, what I was saying is that, you know, I had to go get my own cell phone. Nobody gave me a cell phone, unlike your generation. So now, when you wanted to talk to somebody, you had to actually call them. And then there's something that I don't understand.
Yeah.
The whole generational issue with, listen, I obviously, every communication can't be on text
Yeah.
or messenger or whatever. Okay. But there are lots of things that can be discussed or instant message. In business, you use Teams, or when AOL Instant Messenger first came out, that was a big thing. Okay. Blackberries used to have BBM, Blackberry Messenger.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There were great uses for those tools, and there still are. But then there's a whole generation of people that can only FaceTime. video phone call.
Yeah.
What is that?
I just like to feel closer to you.
No, you're full of.
And I like to see your
So you do this all the
reaction.
time.
I like to see
You
your
just call
reaction.
over absolutely nothing that is a video call that could have been a simple text, or there could have been a text, hey, are you busy? Can I call you?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to get better.
But you're trying to get better.
Yeah.
But like, where does the generation feel that it could just say whatever it wants, whenever it wants, and everybody else has to listen?
You gave everybody a platform.
But and
Remember?
then no, stay with that. Stay with
I
that.
was
No,
saying with
you're
it.
there. You're there. You're at the topic.
No, I know. I was staying with that. I have a good analogy. I don't really know if it's an analogy. Remember, you used to make a joke about jury duty, being called into jury duty. You used to say the worst thing you could do. They'd say at the end, like, "Does anybody have any questions?" And you'd say the worst thing that you could do is open up like a question and answer hour for the general public.
Correct.
Take that to its nth degree. You've done it. Everybody has a platform, and everybody feels empowered to share their most private thoughts and beliefs.
Well, and that was like when Facebook first came out.
Yeah, like, everybody was changing their what's it called, every 5 minutes. I didn't have Facebook, like, when it
No.
like
People were changing, I guess, their profile picture, and everybody was
or,
just
like, their what's it called, their status.
right. Or people were
Right?
were also posting where they were every 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's, like, not probably not safe.
And I don't even understand that. Like, first of all,
Is it an invitation?
not only do I not care where you are, okay, because I don't know why you would think that everybody would care.
Yeah.
Second of all,
It's a new way of keeping up with the Joneses.
well, I think that's what it is, right?
I also just think we've taken, like, artistic license with stories at this
Yes,
point.
there
Like,
is
what are
no
you talking about?
there is no definitive black and white story. Two people died. Here's how they died.
Right, period.
Now, why do we think they died? Okay, that's a different question.
Right, but, like, here are the facts. 2 people died.
Right.
So and so killed them.
Or whenever. Maybe they were in a car accident.
No,
God
but if it's
forbid.
like no, but I'm saying,
But
like,
I'm
if
saying
it's
the
just
sheer
I'll do that. Just chat amongst yourselves.
it's the only person who usually speaks to me. But it seems very clear that the information that's being put out there is just somebody's opinion or one group's thought process. It's not really information that is fundamental to everyone. Now, I think that that's a dangerous thing and a bad thing. And I'm not quite sure how we change that or how we go about getting the genie back in the bottle, or if the genie even wants to get back in the bottle. Maybe the genie doesn't like the bottle, because in that story, doesn't the genie try to get out of the bottle the whole entire time? Or the genie gets out of the bottle, but then has to go back in the bottle and really wants somebody to wish for the genie to get out of the bottle permanently, but nobody's really asking. I mean, does anybody really help the genie get out of the bottle? But here, as an analogy in this situation, the genie's out of the bottle already. It's like the milk being spilled out of the container, and I don't think you can't get the milk back in.
Well, yeah, so let's dive into the recent headlines, I guess, and talk about some, artistic license.
Okay.
Because
Lay it on me.
I think I'm not surprised by things that the media says too often.
Okay.
Every day for the last like week and a half, I think to myself as I go to bed tonight, they can't say anything crazier.
Lay
And
one on
every
us.
morning when I get up, they do.
Lay one on us. We're waiting.
I'm sorry, I'm going to my envelope, my folder.
Your envelope? And the winner is?
My envelope, that's so funny. Okay.
We're waiting.
Stop. Okay, ready? CNN. This is about the bomb situation in New York City. 2 Pennsylvania teenagers crossed into New York City Saturday morning for what could have been a normal day, enjoying the city during abnormally warm weather. But in less than an hour, their lives would drastically change as the pair would be arrested for throwing homemade bombs during an anti-Muslim protest outside of Mayor Zohran Mamdani's home. Here's what we know so far.
So what part of that headline do you find crazy? The fact that
The entire thing.
the fact that somebody made a homemade bomb and then chose to throw it at other
No.
people?
No. Two Pennsylvania teenagers just fell into New York City. They accidentally ended up there and they were just strolling on what was it was abnormally beautiful. And, so people started creating memes about other times in history where crazy things have
Does
happened.
everybody know what a meme is?
Yes, Steph.
Wow. Shut down right away.
Here, wait. Where is it? If CNN existed in 1941, Japanese flyover, mostly peaceful.
Yes, not.
Where is it? Sorry, let me go. This was in a different folder, different envelope.
Another folder.
Here, wait. Oh, sorry, that's another person. Then there are real headlines from CNN, and then we'll get into more. But then there are real headlines from CNN that people, the Babylon Bee.
The who?
The Babylon Bee. You know the Babylon Bee. It's like a satire account.
Right. Okay.
Somebody that works for the Babylon Bee. Okay, wait. Number one, then CNN got so much hate for that they put out a statement, okay?
Okay, the statement was?
A post, and their retraction statement had a reader's added context to it, too. A post regarding the two individuals arrested for throwing homemade bombs outside of New York City, Mayor Zohran Mamdani's home, failed to reflect the gravity of the incident, thereby breaching the editorial standards we required. And it went on and on. Somebody that I love to follow, I can't remember exactly who it was, but it was like one of those people I love to follow. The responses were so funny, but somebody was like, editorial standards, is that a new thing? Like,
Well, they're supposed to be.
right, but since when?
Since always.
Since when do you follow them?
Well, just like jaywalking. We're not supposed to jaywalk, but everybody does. Right?
Yeah. CNN, so readers added context. CNN deleted the post without clarifying that it was not anti-Muslim protesters who threw the bombs, as the original post framed as likely. It goes on and on and on, okay? That's one problem. Number two, so somebody from Babylon Bee said, so Seth Dillon from Babylon Bee responded to their post. He said, the Bee and CNN are very similar. We both publish funny fake news. The difference is that one of us is joking.
It was very funny.
Okay. Then somebody said from the Babylon Bee, he said, the Mount Rushmore of great CNN moments. What am I missing? These are not fake. I just want to give some clarification. Fiery, but the Chiron, but mostly peaceful protests after police shooting. What do you see?
A huge fire.
Mostly peaceful. Sorry, it's not supposed to be funny. That's serious news.
It's not.
Yes, it is.
But it's not. That's the whole point.
Ready? Secret Service rushes Trump off stage after he falls at rally.
Exactly.
When do you think it was from?
When he was shot? Get out of here.
Secret Service rushes Trump off stage after he falls at rally.
That was CNN's headline?
Yes, and it has the photo under it. So you could argue it was really early, we didn't know what was going on. But it has
What do you mean it was really early and what was going on? It was on national television.
Another gem, somebody said. Arrests made in death of Jewish protester who fell and hit his head. This is okay. This is from 2023, I believe. Yeah, November 2023. This is a Jewish man from California named Paul Kessler. I will never forget him. He was standing with an Israeli flag, doing a counter protest. He was not inciting any.
How old was Paul Kessler when he was killed?
I don't remember. I could look it up. But Paul Kessler didn't fall and hit his head.
No, I understand that.
No, but
so you're making my point for me.
Yeah, I'm just sharing with the
class.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. This is great. The New York Times. Two young men, a high school senior and a recent graduate, both from the Philadelphia suburbs, were charged over the weekend with trying to detonate homemade bombs at the New York Times explains that they were accused of bringing a bomb, okay? The photo that they include in the story shows the kid running with a bomb in his hand.
But that is true. What they say is true.
Okay, but let's use our brains.
What's wrong with what they said?
Who are the men accused of bringing a bomb? Really? He's accused? Are you blind?
Well, I mean, you are, and I guess this could be the topic of another pod, but you are innocent until proven guilty.
Yes, but he's running around with a bomb.
But you're innocent until proven guilty. Maybe it fell in his hand.
Does that happen to you often?
No,
Okay, but this person did write something funny. She said, accused of bringing a bomb, in quotes, stashed the New York Times. Bro is literally holding a Looney Tunes ass bomb with a lit fuse and it's smoking. Like, excuse me.
like from
Like,
Wile E. Coyote.
yeah, like, are we on the same planet?
Obviously not.
Here, wait. Then there's, what is this? Then there was one about one of the chick in New York City. At 13, he was selling shoes.
How is that relevant?
And why do I care what he did at 13?
Well, it's just background. It's always got to be background.
But you're telling it in a way that I'm supposed to be sympathetic to this character. You're not his defense attorney.
Well, but that's what the news is based on. So you're making the point. The point is that we're not telling the truth about what happened. We're telling the rhetoric, the narrative around what happened to try to douse the flames of reality.
Here, the New York Times. At 13, he was selling sneakers. At 18, he's facing terror charges. Well, there has to be a reason for that jump.
Well, I don't think that headline is bad.
It's so stupid.
It may be stupid in your opinion, but that's your opinion.
Here, this is honest reporting. The New York Times just can't help itself. The lengths it will go to humanize an ISIS-inspired terrorist who built a bomb packed with nails meant to rip through a crowd. This is the man who raised his hand in an ISIS gesture and smirked as police led him away in cuffs. They can't help themselves.
But how do we bring society back to a place?
I don't know, but I want to go over a couple more. These are just from this week. Here, there's, I guess we could say allegedly, because you love that word.
It's true.
Attempted terror attack against a synagogue in Michigan.
Attempted terror attack.
Well, nobody was killed.
You don't have to kill somebody to have a terror attack. You could just maim somebody. You could injure them. Because he didn't get too far.
Right.
Because somebody put him down before he did any damage.
Okay, he's the only casualty, and Baruch Hashem. And what the hell is going on? But anyways, here, I don't know what's going on outside. I'm so sorry. Here, NPR. And you know my main issue with NPR is? What?
I'm going along. I'm listening.
No, you just shook your
head. I'm listening.
You shook your head like you knew what I was going to say.
I don't know anything.
Wow.
Heard it here first, too.
NPR is funded by taxpayers.
So that's your problem with it?
I don't want to pay for this slop.
Slop.
This is garbage. Garbage.
Slop. Even slop would call it garbage.
It's disrespectful to call it garbage. Garbage is nicer than this.
Okay, so go ahead, lay it on us.
In a small Lebanese town, grief and fear followed the Michigan synagogue attack. Okay?
Wait, what?
You want me to read it again?
In a small Lebanese town?
Yeah, in Lebanon. Grief and fear follow the Michigan synagogue attack. So somebody responds, NPR has found the real victims of the Michigan synagogue wannabe suicide bomber. Not the 140 American babies he tried to massacre, but his Hezbollah relatives. You don't hate the media enough.
I don't understand.
Somebody responded, what the fresh hell is this?
I don't understand. How does...
I'll explain it to you.
Okay, could you explain it to everybody?
Yeah, just tell me what you don't understand and then I'll get to it. I'm getting to it.
I don't understand how a town in Lebanon has anything to do with somebody trying to do something to a synagogue. Here.
It must be so nice to be you.
Why?
And to be so unburdened.
I'm unburdened by what was.
Has been.
Oh, sorry. Has been.
Not only did the mainstream news come out and say this, but I'll give you from CBS, let's say. Or CNN, Michigan synagogue attackers' relatives killed in an Israeli airstrike in Lebanon.
So CNN reported that...
Not just CNN.
CNN reported that the family members of the person who did the Michigan synagogue attack were killed in an Israeli airstrike.
Yeah, just previously.
Why does anybody care about that?
Well, because he was so upset, because...
So that's supposed to...
Now he's a sympathetic character, apparently.
No. So that's supposed to humanize him and give us a motive for why he did what he did, because he was retaliating against the Zionist colonialist regime.
Well, there's this woman, I don't know what channel she's on. She may be from Canada, but she went viral this weekend because she wanted us to know that, this was different than other synagogues that have been attacked in recent times. Because this synagogue is called Temple Israel, and so this is an Israeli synagogue. Okay.
What?
Number one, that's not a thing.
First of all, do you know how many
Any Temple Israels there
Temple
are?
Israels there are in the world?
Yeah, apparently she doesn't. So there was a man sitting at the table with her, and he was like, "No, it's a Jewish synagogue." And she was like, "You're not letting me finish," basically. And he was like, "Right, because the premise is incorrect.
Yeah,
I'm not having this argument with you."
it's a naive statement.
Like she was like, "Well, it was founded on like Zionist principles. It's called most synagogues were or are Zionists. They pray facing Jerusalem."
I mean, okay,
Anyways, mayor of Dearborn area says Michigan synagogue attacker lost family members in strikes on Lebanon.
okay, that may be true or is true.
Well, it is true, and you know what we found out?
What?
He's directly related to top members of Hezbollah.
Okay, doesn't make him a bad guy.
Did I say it did?
I'm just saying. Maybe he's not a believer.
But let's not lie to the people, just for the.
So what? Maybe he
point of-
wanted to go to temple.
I will not air this. Do not say that.
It's very possible, but just because he tried to blow the place up.
Is there something wrong with you?
Again, that's the rhetoric that's been thrown
No,
around.
but I'm having a
That's
serious
the rhetoric
conversation
that's
with
been
you.
thrown around. It's ridiculous. I agree. It's the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
Okay, but you can't say that seriously.
No, I'm not saying it seriously, doom scroller. What I'm saying is that it's high time that the world stopped giving credence to this slop, to this crap. Stop making an excuse. It doesn't matter whether somebody's family was killed, somebody had a bad
I simply
somebody
don't
had
care.
a bad day, they slipped on a banana peel. I don't know what the story is. It still shouldn't matter. That doesn't give you the right, just because I have a fight with a Catholic person doesn't mean I go into a church and start shooting the place.
Well, a bunch of family members of October 7th victims or people that lost their family members on October 7th responded and said, like, not only was my X, Y, and Z murdered in the most brutal way on October 7th, but Hamas videotaped it and live streamed it and sent us those videos. And I didn't go out and attack a mosque in my local community.
Well, that's because
that's crazy. That's not an excuse.
I don't know about it being crazy, but that's because those people are not psychotic.
No. But it is not it is not an okay statement from a mayor or from a mainstream. Like we need to stop.
I understand.
Can we stop? Like we need to stop normalizing things or normalizing behaviors of people that
Globalize the intifada.
right. That's not a normal statement.
But it has become one.
Right. And we're like, it's just a political statement. They don't really mean they want to kill all the Jews from the Jordan River.
No, that is
the
what
Mediterranean Sea. Like, excuse me, no, that's exactly what the statement means.
But again, giving credence to things and giving things that shouldn't be said or shouldn't be done a pass. Now, I could almost guarantee you that if I went on national television and said globalize the death of every woman, what would happen to me?
Something.
Or picked any other religious group, social group, I don't know, take your pick, and said the same thing about them. The whole world would be off its rocker and I would be canceled in a moment.
Yeah.
So I think in this aspect, I think our society, or America,
Is broken.
In any event, I think we've reached the conclusion of the fact that media is somewhat broken, and the message that everybody's getting on a daily basis is obviously tuned by an algorithm.
It ain't organic.
Yeah, specifically to tell you what everybody else wants you to hear.
Those eggs ain't brown. Eggs ain't brown. Brown eggs are organic.
Sorry. Interesting. Okay, I learned another one today.
You only have brown eggs.
I understand that.
What do you think they were just painted? It's not Easter.
How does the brown egg get laid?
From an organic
Chicken?
I don't
I don't understand. Could you explain it now?
like chocolate milk.
It comes from a brown cow? I mean, seriously. Now, my whole life, eggs were white.
And then somebody
Somebody decided to make an egg brown. How does the egg get brown?
I don't
It's just
know.
like the bag.
I don't know. I just you know what I remember about
It's like a
egg
coffee filter.
you know what I
A coffee filter could be white or it could be natural. So you mean to tell me it was natural, but we bleached it white? And nobody thought in that process that bleaching the coffee filter that we're going to run water and coffee through,
It's probably not as
probably
healthy.
not a good idea.
Yeah. Um,
No? Am I crazy? Thank you for joining us. Say something in the comments other than, that was great, bro.
have a lovely rest of your, I don't know, week. Every week feels like one long day.
Yes, they all go together.
That sucks. You have to do this every day.
This is
The
adulthood.
rest of my life.
Yes, this is adulting.
Whoa.
I know. I told you. Enjoy it now while it lasts, because it ain't gonna.
Party's over.
Party's over. Moose at the door should have told you. Park's closed.
What?